Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Now, whether we choose to admit it or not, I think pretty much all of us have a list of what we prefer, what kind of personality traits, what sort of look we would prefer out of a partner. And that is what I'm going to be doing for today's video. I'm going to be going through my list of my preferred sort of personality traits and looks in a partner, and I'm going to see if my husband matches those traits. So without further delay, let's get started. Oh, actually, I want to very quickly say that the footage, I'm like looking at it right now as I'm filming this, and it looks kind of grainy. I don't really usually tend to have this issue, but I think it is because I'm battling with the natural light. The lighting is just really, really funny. I'm not in my usual filming place. So yeah, sorry about that. I hope it doesn't bother you guys too much, but there's literally nothing I can do about it at the moment. But anyway, let's get into it. Is your husband not afraid to get stuck in? Absolutely. With most things, he pretty much does get straight into it and just gets himself stuck in. He does all the research, and he loves finding out like how things work, why things aren't working, what do things do, how it all sort of comes together. Like, he's that kind of guy. So when it comes to like house DIY kind of stuff, and if things are broken, like literally he is determined to fix them. The amount of money that he has probably saved us in the long run, especially since we've been, making the home improvements that we've been making for the last like year and a bit, he's saved us a lot of money. He's probably saved us like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds, if not more, to be quite honest with you guys. So yeah, he is a really handy guy. He's not afraid to get stuck in. That gets a tick, I suppose. The second thing, do you learn things from your husband? Yes, this was one of the really, really massive things that I kind of really wanted out of a partner, a lifelong partner. I love to have my brain stimulated, and I like to be able to learn things from my partner, and I can definitely learn things from my husband. So this one gets a really big green tick as well. The amount of stuff I've learned from him over the years, particularly like things to do with the car, other things to do with the house, and just like general things. He definitely does like to share things with me, and I really like to listen. So definitely. Is he romantic? Oh my god, absolutely not. No, 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 no. No, he's not. He's not romantic. He's one of the least romantic people I think I've ever laid eyes on. I really like a good romantic partner, but my husband, he just ain't it. He doesn't really think of the romantic things. It's mostly me who suggests like, oh, why don't we do this? That'll be nice and romantic. Why don't we go away for like a night or two to a really romantic hotel? Like, it's usually me who kind of instigates like the romance and the romantic gestures. He can be really, really nice and full on in terms of like hugs, kisses, hand holding, things like that. But in terms of anything deeper than that, no, it's definitely me who kind of suggests things to him. Yeah, that gets a big red cross. Next one, is your partner funny? He's absolutely hilarious. There have been like countless times over the years where he has done something or he has said something, whether it's intentional or not, and I've literally just been howling. I've been crying from laughter. Like, he literally is so funny, and humor is a massive, massive thing for me. I really have always wanted somebody who's able to make me laugh. I hate it when people try too hard to make me laugh, and sometimes my husband can. Like, you can tell he's just trying too hard. The best moments that have come from like, humor out of the relationship is those unintentional moments where you just slip up saying something that you shouldn't do, or you fall over, or, you just sort of do something really, really silly, but it's not necessarily like intentional. Those are some of the best moments that have come out of the relationship. Those are some of the funniest moments. But yeah, he is very funny, so that gets a big green tick. Next one is your husband the kind of guy to do roller coasters and theme parks with you? No, he'll come to theme parks with me, but he will hardly do any rides. So like, even the carousel, right? I want to share this with you guys because I find this like, what? Basically, one of the first times me and my husband ever went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach together, he did not go on the carousel. Like, he was too scared to go on the carousel that they have there. It's a carousel. What's it gonna do? Like, fly off? You're gonna fly off into the distance on your horse? Like, what's gonna happen? It's a carousel. But no, he's not really a big roller coaster person. And to be quite honest, that was a big thing for me. So I am kind of surprised that I haven't tried to drag him onto more roller coasters against his will, to be quite honest with you, because roller coasters are such a massive part of my life, and they were such a big deal on like my list of personality traits. I suppose it's not the end of the world, but I do wish that he would push himself more to do it, because I think sometimes if he just forgets, if he tries to forget that he's scared, and he just pushed himself and he just got on the rides and he just relaxed rather than like being so tense, I think that he would really enjoy it. And I think he'd really like the fact and appreciate the fact that he has pushed himself to do something that he maybe wouldn't usually do. But until that happens, he's scared as hell of roller coasters, you guys. So that gets a big red cross. Is he older than you? Yes, he is older than me. Since literally, I want to say like for the past sort of 10 years of my life, I've always been interested in older people. Obviously not like insanely old, like I don't want this insanely wild age gap, but I do like an older man, basically just because obviously this is just me making a generalized sort of observation, I suppose, but usually what happens is obviously guys, as they get older, they kind of get out of that party, immature lifestyle. And if I was with someone my age, I just feel like they would still very much want to be a part of that lifestyle and that immaturity and the partying and stuff. Obviously, again, there's guys out there who aren't like this. I'm just making a general thing, I suppose. But typically, that's how it is. And then over time, they kind of tend to just kind of grow out of that, most of them. And I mean, my husband, he never, like, he's immature in other ways, but he's definitely not immature in the way of like, you know, his alcohol and stuff. Like, he'll have like one beer or whatever, and that's pretty much like him done. And like, that's exactly what I wanted out of a partner. I didn't want someone who was going to be like insanely silly with their drinking and just be constantly like immature, going out partying all the time. Like, it's not my cup of tea, and I don't find it attractive in a partner either, personally. So yeah, he is older than me. He ticks that box. Second from last, does your husband have blue eyes? I'm a massive lover of blue eyes in a partner. I always seem to fall for guys with blue eyes. The majority of the people I've been with have blue eyes, and I just don't know what it is about a guy with blue eyes. I just find it so dreamy and so just like, I love it. Literally, I remember the first ever time that I met my husband, and the first thing I noticed about him was his eyes, and just how like absolutely stunning and striking and blue that they are. Like, that's literally the first thing I noticed about him. Lovely. He's got such gorgeous eyes. So yes, he does have blue eyes. That gets a big green tick. And the last one, is your husband mature when needed? He can be mature, but it's kind of like, sometimes I struggle to like get him to turn off the immaturity switch and to turn on the mature switch. It sort of just depends on the situation. I feel like if it's a really deadly serious situation, then yes, he can be mature when it's needed to be. But if it's something that he doesn't deem like, you know, a serious topic or whatever, he will then try and take the piss out of it, basically. So yeah, sometimes I guess I do struggle to sort of get him to switch off that immaturity switch and get him to turn on the mature switch. But all in all, I do think that he is pretty mature, and I can have a serious conversation with him when I need to. That gets a big green tick. I think all in all, my husband does match up to the kind of guy that I wanted, and he does mostly match up with what was on my list, which is really, really good. Sometimes opposites attract. And I have had that before, where I've like dated guys and they're just like completely not anything that I really wanted on my list. But we've still somehow found each other. Obviously it's not worked out, but yeah, sometimes opposites do attract. So sometimes you can like have this list in your head or on a piece of paper somewhere, and literally you'll end up being with somebody who just doesn't really match any of those things that you thought you wanted, you know. So yeah, I'm curious what was on your list, and if you do have a partner, do they match that list? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this funny little video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much once again, and I very much hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.